I'm on. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the UKW Arena here in Batley tonight. On the pre-show, The Voice is flying solo. I am Bret Hadley with you here at the UKW Arena, and it's episode 98 tonight of Friday Night Showdown. Yes, we're 2 weeks away from the historic 100th episode of Showdown. It comes your way Friday night, October 20th. But before then, 2 weeks to go, including tonight and lots of stuff on the way. I want to say a big hello to everybody watching. I've got the stream in front of me on my phone, I can see you. We are here for a huge night. We're coming hot off the heels of Pick Your Poison. What a night it was. We saw betrayals, treachery. We saw a career maybe shortened, maybe ended, who knows. And we saw the firing squad in the main event. We also saw a brand new hardcore champion at the weekend. Lots to get through on that. I have to start by saying, Chris Castle, you utter piece of... Sorry, have we got a bleep machine somewhere? I think we need it. All the adjectives I could use to talk about Chris Castle and his attitude and what he did on Saturday night, I should have known. I have to hold... If I could hold both my hands up, I've got a really bad wrist this evening, I've injured myself. But if I could hold both my hands up like this, I would apologise for being a naive commentator, a naive person, a naive human being, is that right? Who truly believed in my good heart, because I have a good heart, that Chris Castle had changed his ways, that he wanted to be a reformed character, that he actually wanted to do the right thing and sort the Empire business out at Pick Your Poison. You know, it was Johan Hunt against Leonie Rose in a hard-fought match. Chris Castle was the referee. I stood in that ring and I introduced everybody. I looked into Castle's eyes and I believed the man. More fool me, right? What an idiot I am. Chris Castle, we got to the end of the match. Leonie Rose hits the death drop DDT. Chris Castle goes 1, 2. I'm not counting to 3. And the look in Chris Castle's eyes, there is an amazing photo on our social media of the look in Chris Castle's eyes when he realised what he was doing. He knew all along what he was doing, folks. It was no coincidence. He knew all along that he was going to screw Leonie Rose out of the World Television Championship. He knew what he was doing. And I won't buy any other explanation. But tonight, we are going to hear, to start Friday Night Showdown from the Empire, Chris Castle and Johan Hunt. And I cannot wait to hear how they justify what they did at the weekend. Somebody should call the police because there was a highway robbery committed in this building on Saturday night. Leonie Rose should be World Television Champion. And if I know Leonie, and I do quite well, then I think she's not going to be willing to take Chris Castle and Johan Hunt lying down. I think she'll have something on her mind in terms of revenge for what those two did at Pick Your Poison. We also saw Paul Hubris and Joe Sedgwick. We'll go on to that a little bit later. We're going to hear from Paul Hubris a little bit later. But you know what? We have got a match on the pre-show tonight. I'm spoiled because it means I don't have to fill for 20 minutes on my own. No, we actually have a match on the pre-show. Is it time to do the match? I think it is. Person in the production truck, is it time to do the match? I think it is. Shall we do it? Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a treat tonight. The pre-show of Friday Night Showdown does have a match on it, and here it is. It's a singles match set for 1-4. Introducing first, he is one half of the UK Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the Level Up. He is a high-flying live wire Bret Sedgwick. The Level Up defeated NRG at the weekend and retained their tag team championships. It was impressive by the Level Up. And his opponent. And you have to question what will be next for the Level Up. I guess we'll find out in time. Got to see opponent for tonight. And his opponent, Tom Savage. sat here on my own. I need to ring the bell and everything, you know. You got to hope I remember how to do it. That would help, wouldn't it? It's Tom Savage and Bret Cedric here on the pre-show of episode 98 of Friday Night Showdown. Thanks for joining us wherever you're watching tonight. Well, you're in the building, there's a few people here. Hopefully there'll be a few more before 7 o'clock. It's a huge night as we hurtle towards episode 100. Yes. Tom Savage and Bret Cedric locking up. Now, these two men have met before, and a little bit of commentator knowledge for you. The first time these two met, Bret Cedric won the match in 3.95 seconds. True story. Don't blink or you would miss that one. This one's gone a little bit longer than 3.95 seconds already. Cedric with a leapfrog, and an arm drag. Cedric is fired up into the corner on Savage. It was impressive by Bret Cedric and Casey Riley. They brought the fight. It got very personal with NRG. NRG, we will see later on tonight as they take on Evan Knight and Sketch. If you didn't see Wednesday Night Mayhem this week, Sketch and Evan Knight pulled a ruse to defeat Momentum on Wednesday Night Mayhem. I was here this week. And tonight, Sketch and Evan Knight want their shot at NRG. They want to prove that they're no slouchers and that they deserve some tag team credibility. Of course, Evan Knight still the around-the-clock champion of Mayhem as well. Bret Cedric sent off the ropes. Oh, big clothesline by Savage. Savage by name, Savage by nature, down for a cover, gets 2.5. Out of the high-flying live wire, who's been grounded, and you can't be a high-flying live wire if you're grounded like that. There is nowhere to fly. But we've seen Bret Cedric and how resilient he is in the past. We know what he's capable of and why he is one half of the tag team champions. His partner, Casey Riley, will be in action tonight on Freitag Nacht Showdown. Sorry, I'm German again. Friday Night Showdown, when he faces the wild card Tommy Dillon later on. Bret Cedric's up in the air. He's now down on the canvas after that body slam by Tom Savage. He's down a very arrogant cover. And no surprise to me, he only gets 2 out of it. He's getting a little bit irritated at Sam, but it's telling the ref to count faster, but still not going to get it done. Don't forget, we're going to open the show with the Empire tonight. I can't wait to hear the explanation of Chris Castle, that absolute scumbag, and Johan Hunt, still the World Television Champion. Tonight, also in action, the Collective, Cayman Carlisle against Sebastian Mercer. We will also see Chris Castle in action tonight against the Man Mountain Andrew Jepson, one-on-one in that ring. So I hope Castle's prepared for that. We'll also see Ian Creed, the Dream Ticket holder, against Clifford Harrison tonight. Sorry, Cliftian Harrison, as he likes to be called. That is coming up tonight. And the return of Mustafa Khan. It's all coming tonight on Friday Night Showdown. Savage over for a cover. We'll also hear from UK Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, the Silencer Damian Black, as the Silencer era continues in earnest. And we'll also hear from Paul Hubris, who on Saturday made a violent statement at the expense of Bret Cedric's brother, Joe Cedric. We'll see. We'll hear from Paul Hubris and no doubt see him a little bit later, as we haven't heard. I mean, I've tried to message Joe this week and I've not heard a thing from him, which is a little bit unusual. A little bit worried about that. Tom Savage into the corner. Nobody home but turnbuckle and imagination. Bret Cedric now trying to keep Tom Savage down on the canvas. Not an easy task. Tom is a bigger guy. Can Bret suplex him? No way. Has Bret got the strength to do that? He's going to try one more time. No, he can't get him up and over. Or can he? Bret Cedric trying for a third time, and Savage reverses it. Down goes Bret Cedric. It's over, says Tom, but it's not, as Bret pokes his shoulder out right at the last minute. Yeah, the return of Mustafa Khan. That's why he's not sat here with me, because he's got a match to get ready for a little bit later on. I'm not too sure who he's facing though tonight. Oh, big elbow by Savage, right in the chest, and now he's telling the referee to count properly. He's intimidating Sam. No need to do that. Now, Tom Savage is wasting a hell of a lot of time here. And look at that, drops down to his knees on the chest, and look at that, Bret kicks out at 1, because all of the time, and I hope he hears me, he kicked out at 1. I mean, what did Tom Savage expect there? Come on, Tom. You've got to know better than that. Bret Cedric from behind, 1. He's got him down, 2, and no. Savage nearly got caught. Oh, but he comes back with a huge clothesline.
This is what happens when you don't listen.
Oh, man. Savage is abusing the referee, abusing these fans here in Batley tonight, who've made it in early for Friday Night Showdown. Up on the shoulder, Bret Cedric's elbowing his way out of this predicament if he can. Bret Cedric, he got the strength he has to do that back suplex on Tom Savage. Really well done, and a drop kick. Bret Cedric's now on a bit of a roll here. Bret Cedric's going to the outside. We know he likes to fly. He is the high flying live wire. Up he goes to the top rope. Can he hit the splash? Oh, he can. Is Tom Savage done for? He is. Wow. Here is your winner, 1/2 of the level up, Bret Sedgwick. Bret with a victory, and Tom Savage wasted far too much time during that match trying to get the pin, and he's going to walk out here and have to think about it because it's his own wrongdoings that cost him that victory tonight. Absolutely, Bret Cedric, part of the UK Wrestling World Tag Team Champions. The level up. We will see his partner in crime, the one and only Haysom Riley, a little bit later against the Conqueror, Tommy Dillon, on Friday Night Showdown episode 98. Well done, Bret.
Thank you very much.
You are very welcome. The level up continue their reign as champions. Who will be next? I'm going to straighten my shirt. There we go, I'm back on camera. There we go. Yeah, the camera needs to come down a little bit. There we go, yeah. And I apologise that I'm not waving my hands around tonight. I'm a little bit hurt. Yeah, it's a lucky I'm here. But there was nothing keeping me away from Batley, not even 9 hours in A&E last night. And that actually happened, yeah. So tonight we will hear from the Essential Paul Hubris. I touched on it. He faced Bret Cedric's brother Joe Cedric at the weekend at Pit Your Poison, and it was, well, it was uncomfortable. I mean, on Friday night last week, I stood over there where I'm pointing on the stage, and I interviewed Paul Hubris, and I looked in his eyes, and I'd never seen a look of somebody, a stoic, like, focused look in Paul Hubris, and I believed every word he was saying when he said, you know, I'm going to humble Joe, I'm going to make him my bitch, basically, and say, you know, I'm here to prove that he's not essential, that he's not worthy, that he hasn't got what it takes. And on Saturday night, I'm afraid Paul Hubris proved exactly what he said he was going to do. And the worrying thing is, nobody's heard from Joe Cedric since. Now, this is unusual, because Joe is usually quite active on social media, on everything like that, and he's had nothing this week. He posted one photo of his chest, and you saw the welts on his like upper body here, like there, on his arm, and his just under his shoulder, and the caption on the photo just went, "I'm done." And I really, like, serious commentator voice, I question what that meant. Like, surely he can't let the arrogance of Paul Hubris get to the point where he doesn't want to be here anymore. I mean, that's not the Joe Cedric that I know and I love as a human being. That's not him. But I think he did get, like, the rudest awakening on Saturday night. So I think he just needs to go home, regroup, refocus, sleep it off, and come back and prove a point. That's what I think. But we all know that I thought Chris Castle was a decent human being as well, and look what happened there. I was proved to be completely wrong. So yeah, I hope that Joe Cedric does come back and gets his revenge somehow on Paul Hubris. If you hear from Joe Cedric, please let me know, the people who are watching on the YouTube channel here. If you do hear from him, just say we're all a bit concerned and we'd like to see him back here as soon as possible. That'd be great. Jonathan Cedric, though, Joe's dad, defeated JPR at the weekend to become UK Wrestling Hardcore Champion for the first ever time. That was a thing. Thanks in part, I mean, it was going all the way that the firing squad matches go, and it was going 2-on-1. Down came Uther, that pest, and it was 2-on-1 until A large hooded figure walked past me and just James and ended up being the man himself. The Persian powerhouse, the king of the knockouts, the sultan of slams, the one, the only Mustafa Khan came to even the odds, and a few seconds later, James was there going, and new hardcore champion, Jonathan Cedric, because that's what happened. And good times were there for Cedric and Khan getting a bit of revenge on the dastardly firing squad on Saturday night at Pick Your Poison. Later on, though, the main event of the evening was a barn burner. It was worthy of being the main event. It was Cayman Carlisle, the collective, cashing in that shot he won, the number one contender tournament thing, and he cashed it in. He said, I want the match at Pick Your Poison. He gave it his all, but in the end, the silencer was just too much to handle. It really was. And the show on Saturday night, Pick Your Poison, ended with those two words that I'm sighing because I guns up, those two words were what we heard as we went off air on Saturday night here at Pick Your Poison. Don't forget, our next premium live event's only a few weeks away, folks. Tomorrow is the 7th of October, so on to 3 weeks tomorrow, 22 nights from tonight, will be hallowed ground, nowhere to run. And it's not just a saying, because there will literally be nowhere to run. You know why? Because I'm eyeballing it. It's over there in the corner. It's our glamorous retro 80s style steel cage, and it is gonna be up. It's gonna be put up on that night, Saturday, October 28th, and every single match, you heard my lips correctly, every single match will be contested inside the confines, I love that word, the confines of that solid steel cage. We've seen some unbelievable matches in that steel cage over time here at UKW, and we are going to see more 3 weeks from tomorrow. You can get your tickets now. Come and join us for a show like no other. I mean, all our shows are special. Saturday night, we had a great crowd in here. They were loud all night long, and this one on October 28th will be special, just in time for spooky season. Yes, Halloween 3 days later, nowhere to run, hallowed ground. October 28th, here in the UKW Arena. You can get your tickets now on ukwrestling.tv, on the UK Wrestling app, or in person here at the UKW Arena in Batley. You're welcome to come down to Showdown. Don't forget, Showdown 100. It's going to be in 300 and something hours from today. 2 weeks. I'll be really excited at this point. I won't feel ill. I mean, I've had a hell of a day, so I might just be a little bit touchy tonight. But yes, 2 weeks tonight, I'm sure I'll be in full gusto as we have 100 episodes of Showdown. I've been here for quite a lot. I'm not sure exactly how many, but I have been here for quite a lot, and I'll tell you what, I've seen some unbelievable moments in that ring. Who can forget when Hamza Musawa defeated Sebastian Mercer to become Genesis champion for about 90 seconds? That was a fun time. I've seen all sorts of stuff in that ring, and more stuff to come. We will celebrate the way we know how, with pomp and circumstance here. October 20th is the 100th edition of Friday Night Showdown, and then nowhere to run, hallowed ground. Every match inside that steel cage, the risk is high. The rewards even higher, I'm sure. But every match inside that steel cage on October 28th. Yes, spooky season. Tonight on Showdown, don't forget, opening the show, I can't believe that, it's going to be the Empire, Chris Castle, that human waste of space, and Johan Hunt, the greatest television champion of all time. He's told me I have to introduce him as that every single time, otherwise he'll try and get me fired. Basically, he's threatened me, saying, I am the greatest television champion of all time. You need to believe it, Bret. You are going to announce me as the greatest television champion of all time every single time I come out of that curtain, and that is your duty, basically. So that's what I've got to do. And I can hardly wait for his reasoning behind what happened with Chris Castle. I really believed. I'm so annoyed because I really believed it. I just feel like a real fool. They say there's no fool like an old fool, right? And Chris pulled the wool over everybody's eyes, but I cannot wait, because I have a hunch. I have a feeling, I have a suspicion that it will happen. Leonie Rose will be out for blood. She will be out for revenge. She will not let this go. There is no way in living hell that Leonie Rose will let this one slip. I'm sorry, there'll be absolutely no way whatsoever that she will let it go. as we're nearly out of time on the pre-show. It's about a minute too. We're nearly just 10 minutes away from episode 98 of Showdown. Tonight, Ian Creed in action against Cliff Harrison, Sebastian Mercer against Cayman Carlisle, Tommy Dillon in action as well tonight. Andrew Jepson in action against Chris Castle. I'll be rooting fully for Andrew Jepson in that. I can already say, like people say, Bret, you're really impartial all the time. Not where that idiot's concerned, I'm not. We have got Sketch and Evan Knight, the undeniable attraction of Wednesday Night Mayhem against NRG, Hamza Musawa and Momentum tonight, and lots more. And the return of the one. That's why he's not sat here. Like why I've got a gap at the desk. Mustafa Khan not here because he is going to make his return tonight to action on Friday Night Showdown. You don't want to miss it. It comes your way in about 10 minutes. That's just about it for the pre-show. If the production truck can hear me, I think we need to take a break and I need to go and have a drink and a rest. Is that all right? And try and find somebody to sit here with me for the show. That'd be nice. I'll be back with episode 98 of Friday Night Showdown in about 10 minutes time. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon, and make sure you stay with us. We'll be back from the UKW Arena here in Batley very soon.